And we're tracking breaking news for you this morning. A bipartisan report commissioned by Congress has new details about terrorists targeting America. The report says terror cells are actively plotting a biological or nuclear attack on U.S. cities, and it's likely to happen before the year 2013. We're getting the details before the report hits the desk of Vice President-elect Joe Biden today. Our Homeland Security correspondent, Jean Meserve, is live in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Jean.
Good morning, Joe. The report says that it's more likely than not that terrorists will use some kind of weapon of mass destruction in the next 5 years, and they particularly raised the alarm about biological weapons.
Mr. President, anthrax, smallpox, Ebola. A report being issued this week says the risk of an attack with a weapon like this is great and growing.
We assessed that it was more likely that the United States and the world would be attacked with a biological weapon than a nuclear weapon.
Almost 15,000 scientists in the U.S. work with dangerous pathogens to develop vaccines and other countermeasures. There is security.
We need to continually push the knowledge front, but also recognize that we have a duty to society to make sure that we deal with the regulatory agencies.
But many experts are sounding an alarm. In 1918, a virulent strain of influenza killed an estimated 20 to 40 million people worldwide. That virus has been recreated from scratch in a laboratory. So has the polio virus. The capability and technology to do this science is spreading across the globe to places like Indonesia, Pakistan, and Iran, increasing the odds that a deadly virus or bacteria could fall into the wrong hands and be used as a weapon. It's already happened here with anthrax.
We cannot in this world preclude a biological attack. It's simply impossible.
But the congressionally mandated Commission on the Prevention of Weapons of Mass Destruction, in a report this week, says there are steps that could make a biological attack less likely. Tighter security at U.S. labs handling dangerous pathogens, a strengthening of international treaties, enhanced disease surveillance to detect an attack, and better forensics to track where it came from.
Leadership of this country and the world will have to decide how much of a priority do they place on avoiding the worst weapons in the world getting in the hands of the worst people in the world.
The panel says the U.S. has paid much more attention to the proliferation of nuclear weapons than biological weapons. It says the risks are growing and our margin of safety is shrinking. Joe?
So, Jean, there are a lot of different places threats like this could come from. You have the possibility of, say, stray nukes coming out of Russia. You have the issue of the labs and securing those. What are the priorities for authorities? Where would they start to try to secure the country better?
Well, one of the key recommendations here is that there be one individual to coordinate across the federal government the response to weapons of mass destruction. The feeling is that a lot of money has been spent, a lot of it has been ill spent. Agencies have worked at cross purposes, and there needs to be coherence to the process. So one of the key recommendations, put it in the hands of one individual. They aren't dictating who that should be. They say that would be up to the incoming president. Joe?
Jean Meserve talking about a go-to guy or gal in Washington. Thanks so much. Karen.